I'd like to welcome everyone this morning, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I assume that our friends from WLIO will show up momentarily and catch up with us. I want to begin this morning focused on a healthcare matter, which is the issue of lupus, and we have some folks here that are, I think, advocates for victims of lupus. And Mike Vollmer is here. You want to come up, Mike? Sure. And you have any remarks ahead of come up? And I have a proclamation that I'll issue, but if you have any remarks, you're welcome to make them.
Okay. Just want to thank the mayor for allowing us to give this proclamation. May is Lupus Awareness Month. Lupus affects about 1.5 million people in the United States. It's a chronic autoimmune disorder, and we are extending services in the Northwest Ohio area to Lima. We have a support group and a new patient education group, and we just want to get the word out. The website is www.lupusgreaterohio.org, and the phone number is 1-888-NO-LUPUS. Could I have some folks come up and also have the proclamation?
Sure, if you'd like. If you're
Yeah, these are people that
part of the association.
Part of the association, and also dealing with lupus.
Okay. Any of you have any remarks you wanted to make about the issue?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Sure.
My name is Darwin Tolan. I'm from Lima, Ohio, and we have a Lima chronic pain support group at St. Rita's Hospital, second Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. And it's all for all kinds of chronic pain, and like arthritis and lupus and fibromyalgia, and anything to do with even the emotions and stuff like that that people want to talk about. We're kind of like all family right there. And we just want to share and support one another. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
My name is Mary Collins, and I've been dealing with lupus since 1985. That it was actually diagnosed, but as a child, looking back at my childhood life, I've had it all my childhood life, and I've just explained it to Mr. Mike. Even it has affected one of my little great nephews at 10 years old. And so it is a chronic illness, which is really the immune system is overactive. It's not like cancer where the immune system depletes your immune system, but it's an overactive disease with the immune system, and it does affect your vital organs. So we are just thankful that we do have the support group here in Lima to help support us through the process of going through the pains and different things that we have.
And making people aware.
Yes, and that's correct. That is
Okay.
correct.
Well, I would like to offer the following proclamation. Whereas the health and safety of all Ohioans is important to the happiness, prosperity, and well-being of our state's families and communities. And whereas lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease in which the immune system is unbalanced, causing inflammation and tissue damage to virtually every organ in the body, including the skin, lungs, heart, kidneys, and the brain. And whereas more than 5 million people worldwide suffer the devastating effects of this disease, and in each year over 100,000 women, men, and children are newly diagnosed with lupus, the great majority of whom are women of childbearing age. And whereas many physicians worldwide are unaware of symptoms and health effects of lupus, causing people with lupus to suffer for many years before they obtain a correct diagnosis and medical treatment. And whereas lupus can be particularly difficult to diagnose because its symptoms are similar to those of other diseases, and major gaps exist in understanding the causes and consequences of lupus. Whereas there is a deep unmet need worldwide to educate and support individuals affected by lupus, and whereas there is an urgent need to increase awareness in our community, in the region and worldwide of the debilitating effects and impacts of lupus. Now, therefore, I, David J. Berger, Mayor of the City of Lima, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2016 as Lupus Awareness Month in our community and urge all citizens to educate themselves on the symptoms and impacts of lupus and join with the Lupus Foundation of Northwest Ohio in supporting programs of research and education. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Lima this day of May 2016. So, Mike, thank you for bringing this to
Thank
my
you.
attention and your willingness to step out and talk about the issue.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good luck in your work.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much so.
Uh-huh. We have Assistant Fire Chief here. Bruce, you want to come up? And he has an announcement about an annual routine of maintenance that needs to be brought to everybody's awareness.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a real quick announcement. May is fire hydrant testing month for the Lima Fire Department. Firefighters from all 3 fire stations will be out flow testing the hydrants this May. Citizens are advised that to check the water before they do their laundry to make sure there's no discoloration. Our firefighters work diligently to try to make sure that the hydrants flow until they're clear so that there is no discoloration of the water, but from time to time there's a possibility of that. If they see discoloration in their water, then they need to flow a cold water tap until their water is clear. Should their laundry be affected, we do have small bottles of detergent at our main fire station that anybody can pick up. And that will get the rust out of laundry. If you need to get a bottle of laundry detergent from the station, you can stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 4 at the main fire station at 433 South Main Street. So, thank you.
All right, very good. Also, Sally Windle is here from the Lima City Schools with an announcement about an event that's taking place on Thursday, I guess tomorrow morning. Sally?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Sally Windle. I'm the Director of Arts for the Lima City Schools, and we've got a really unique event that's happening tomorrow at Lima Senior, and we have limited seating, but we're inviting anyone from the public that would like to come and see what's called one of the most exciting experiences between art and science. And we have an astrophysicist, Paul Sutter, who is the narrator and actually the artistic vision for the Seven Dance Company out of Columbus. And they will be traveling to Lima Senior and presenting their Song of the Stars, which is actually a motion of what is happening in with stars and constellations. And to give you a little background on Paul Sutter, we were lucky enough to have him in Lima in the fall, and he is an astrophysicist that actually knew William Fowler, who is an astrophysicist from the Lima, and he had attended the Lima schools. And the students were able to see one of his podcasts and actually talk to him. And then with further study, now we're able, actually we found out through the mayor's great inquiry to see that he has other interests. And one is really exciting because it is his vision of what is actually happening in space through movement. And we do a lot of integration in the schools with arts and every other content area. So this is going to be an exciting performance with a nationally reputable company, the Seven Dance Company. So this will be happening at 9:30 tomorrow morning. And if you would like to attend, we have about 30 extra seats for the community. And it's limited seating because we have a lot of students that are going to be attending. And if you would like to attend, you can come in the front office. They give you a visitor's patch and show you then where the auditorium is. And it'll be a delightful presentation. And then after the dance performance, there's going to be about a 20-minute talk from Dr. Sutter and just about kind of what's happening in space and the things to look forward to. And then he'll take some questions from the audience. But we'd love to have people come. And I'm going to give you this. This is one of the really nice visuals, but it's a great combination of what's going to happen tomorrow.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. I should mention that Sally discussed, this was, Professor Sutter was brought here as the first annual event in the William Fowler Science Series. And as a part of that, art students in middle school were, not only the science students, but art students were introduced to the subject, and they created these artistic displays of planets and stars. And Paul Sutter actually saw that. I think he was took some of his inspiration back home after the event here and reached out then to this dance company. And so my wife and I 2 weeks ago had the occasion to go to the premiere in Columbus. It's a wonderful dance performance, and it's absolutely a terrific marriage of art and science. And I think that the opportunity, and I had the intention originally of taking some of the students that had attended the previous event here to that in Columbus, but Sally had the better idea. Why don't we bring the performance here, and rather than have 25 or 40 students go to Columbus, we're going to have about 500 students here at Lima Senior who have the opportunity to see the event. So it's really a great marriage of interests at this point to have this taking place. So great. Thank you very much. Also this morning, Connie Dershem is here. She has a reminder, but also a particular emphasis we want to bring to her reminder today relative to the cleanup activities that are taking place in May.
Thank you. Just a really quick reminder about the sites for this first weekend of Citywide Pride. There will be 3 sites, one at the Lecknipp Resource Center on West Spring Street, one at St. Mark's Church on North Metcalf, and one at the Literacy Council on West Spring Street. The hours are 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Customers have to live within the city limits. I've been getting calls all week about that. You know, and they want to know, I have a Lima address, but you have to live within the city corporation limits. You can bring up to 10 tires and no more than 10 tires to South Collett Street, 900 South Collett Street, where they will collect those tires. You can also bring brush and tree trimmings, you know, shrubbery kinds of things down to South Collett. Hazardous waste has to go to the solid waste district. You have to make an appointment. And if you need information, further information, or have questions, just call me at 419-221-5177. Thanks.
Thanks, Connie. There have been some city council reps that have been concerned about resident complaints of tires being dumped along alleyways and on private property. We want to encourage people to actually use this opportunity to pick up those tires and bring them down to Collett Street. As Connie mentioned, they can bring in 10 tires. This is a great way to get all that cleaned up over the next 4 weeks. So we want to catch the perpetrators, ultimately, that are doing this, but this is the way to deal with the unsightliness of those tires. And I think with the concern around mosquitoes that's emerging, getting those tires out of neighborhoods is really important to be dealing with mosquito issues that I think people have concerns about coming up this summer. Now, lastly, we have a good news item to also present. Gary Wurst is our manager of data systems for the city, and he manages the city's website, and in conjunction with our website provider, Gary has been able to develop something that we want to encourage the public to know about and begin to use. Gary?
Like the mayor said, in conjunction with Civic Plus, our web hosting provider, we've created a City of Lima app for phones, Androids, and iPhones. And when it comes up, a little bit slow on the, it's just been published on, as soon as the technology is great when it's snappy, but this is the front page of our web page, and as soon as the clean air filter, the first in the news item is that the web app is available, and that's published out. You have the ability to sign up for alerts whenever something in the news is published, and you can do that through the web app. Like the first one, City of Lima now has a phone app available. It's got the links to it, but you go to the App Store in Google or Android, just search for City of Lima. And that is kind of this logo here is what you're going to be looking for. That's what will show up on your web page, or on your phone, I should say. And then from there, again, that's the Lima, Ohio is what shows up on the phone when you first start up the app display screen with the welcome to the City of Lima, and then within that is these different apps that are available. Again, the picture, it gives credit to Michael Ayers, who got the picture for us. And then when the app comes out, the Agenda Center, which is related to the City Council, Alert Center, if by chance we have tornado, we can send out alerts across the web internet itself, the web page, but who's going to be sitting at their computer. This should work across your phone. Bids is for people who are bidding on projects the city has out. The city's calendar, any items that are put in the calendar, you can look up the stuff that's coming. You can report a concern. Our facilities, frequently asked questions. Form Center is another one that, I was going to click it, but I can't show you what it does. The Form Center, on our web page, you can report a concern to the Utilities Department, Fire Department, Police Department. I think the Fire Department even has a form on there to request a tour of their fire stations. That can all be done through our web page, now through the app. Newsflash, again, that front page of our web page shows up in the app itself. Resource directory and the staff directory. You can look, anybody who has their phone number is in that piece of it. It is now on Apple Store and the Google Play, and it's a free app. Mayor's and his staff have been using it for a week or so. Like any software, I'm sure we'll find some bugs, but we'll take care of them as we find them. So,
It does provide an easy way for folks that have their phones, if they want to take a photograph of something like a pothole, grass that's overgrown, other kinds of things like that. They can take that photo and ship it in with any other information they want us to have, and easy way to register a concern that we can follow up on. So. You got it. Very good.
got it quick.
And I think actually registering to receive notifications from us is a good way to stay up on news relating to the city. Could be job openings, it could be other news that's being announced, and we want to encourage people to utilize it. So, very good. That's what we have for today, but we'll break down for interviews. Thank you.